This video we're going to call the Mosin nagant collection and give it a date of February 2012. The reason I'm going to do that is because what we have here on the table is 13 different rifles. There are variations. Most of them are M91/30s. There's one M44 Polish Carbine and two M91 rifles that were finished, used by the Finns, but they still have the original configuration we use as an example. This is what I have at this point in time. I may sell some of these, trade them, but since we have a large number of guns, in this video we'll take a quick look at them. I'll just basically show you what we got. Some of the more unusual guns I will make a separate video. I have made a couple videos of different rifles here that, take a closer look at the markings and features. And then from this assortment, I'll make separate videos about the difference between the M91 original bayonet and the bayonet you're getting on the M9130s. I'll go over receiver types. I guess there's 4 different types, all listed in this book here that we kind of went over with. But I'll go over receiver types. We'll take a look at these sling escutcheons, or the little washers here where the dog collars go through. Some of these older 91s did have sling swivels. I don't have an example like that, but it'd be nice to get one to kind of do a side-by-side. And I'll show you kind of the differences they progress over the years. I got them lined up by the years of manufacture, and we can see how the wartime production, they take shortcuts, the finish gets worse and worse on them, and that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go over what we got one by one in this video real quick, and then, like I said, I'll make a series of videos more or less for collectors, going over little details and fine points. Let's see what we have here to get this right. Alright, first gun we got, the oldest gun in this grouping, is an M91. It was built in 1898 by the Stroyevsky, I believe. Forgive me if I mispronounce things. Stroyevsky Arsenal, which doesn't exist anymore. It's an old arsenal. Made these M91s. It's a very interesting gun. The markings, I'm going to make a video on this gun itself, because there's a lot of... This gun was actually captured by the Austrians, and then after World War I sold to the Finns. It has Austrian capture marks, Finnish Army property marks, and it's built before turn of the century there, or 1900. And I think it's pretty much in its original shape, other than the modifications. So good example for comparison. Next in line is the M91 made by Westinghouse. And this is the contracts. The Americans made these. I've done a video on this, so if you go to my channel and look, there's a video where I take a good look at this. This was captured by the Finns and the rear sight was modified, but for some odd reason, either got worn off or something, there is not the Finnish property mark of SA on it. And also, I have the proper lock ring bayonet for the 91. I'll make a separate video on that detail, and we'll go over that. Now, next up are guns by the year. These have all been modified to the M9130 configuration, but they may at one time have been other guns. Different variation, Cossack or whatever. This is a 1925 date on the barrel, Ivansk Arsenal. Pretty neat gun. I don't know if I did a video on this one or not. Has the older style of scrunchions, we'll go over that, and the bayonet there in the breast. So we got a 1925 that was converted. Next up is 1926 or 28 Tulip. And I don't know if you can see it or not. This has, the reason I bought this gun is it has a different style Tula marking on it. Been converted to 91. Was built in 26 or 28. It's not too clear. So we got this one, 1926. Next one up is Ivansk 1930. This is guns in real nice shape. Again, hex receiver. All of these older ones have a hex receiver. Been modified to M91 30. Now we're starting to get into round receivers. And this one here is 1936 Ivansk again. This is one of the ones I got from the grouping from AIM. Very nice condition gun, very clean, nice stock. You know, nice gun. And this is another one. This is Tulip 1939. This one I picked up in the gun shop. Solid gun, round receiver, really nice bore, nice wood, nice bluing, excellent condition. Kind of got it. And this one here, I believe, is another Ivansk 1942. This one is a real good war production one. The stock on this one, this was like the bottom of a case lot that I got the last gun. And this one here is a bit rugged on the machine work, the stampings, it's hard to read. You know, you got machine marks on the bolt here and that. Simplified sling holder. And this one here, I think the bore's a little fuzzy on it. But you know, I'm going to try to get different guns in different condition. And as you can see, I'm trying to make a collection all one of a different years. And now this is a 41. I got them out of order. Yeah, it's 42. This is a 1941 again, Ivansk. One of my AIM guns, nice wood, nice deal. You know, it's basic M91, but 1941. I want to get a collection of like one gun from every year, full with it and see what it does. Okay, this is a 43 Ivansk. I think I got 3 of these from that AIM. This one here, it's kind of got some rough machining on the receiver, but actually it looks pretty good, the bolt and everything. Most all these guns are matching. Of course, I believe when they were re-arsenaled, you can see where they ground the old serial numbers off and re-stamped them all after they were reworked. Another 1943 Ivansk. Again, halfway decent little gun. A lot of nice markings and stamps on the stock. I'll do a video on that telling you what they mean. Everybody's got a bayonet, a sling. I was going to clean all these and that, but it's too much of a project. I don't have time. I'm just trying to get the bayonets with each rifle. Then maybe I'll get the slings on there so I can get all the accessories together. Another 43 Ivansk. And you know, again, pretty basic, same bayonet. Some of them have the brass caps. And the last one we have is an M44 Polish Carbine made in 1952. It's got Circle 11 on there, which means it was made in a Radom factory in Poland. I did a video on this gun. I have some videos firing this gun, but we have this also in a collection to go over things, go over the different features and how they change through time. And this gives us a pretty good shift. I'll go over how they start to vary and change and switch around and that, and discuss it. But that's an overview of the collection, and I'm going to make some videos. Like I said, some of these older guns are pretty unusual. I'll make a specific video, but I will make a video on receiver types, how the sling attachment changed, and a few other things that changed, and the difference between the bayonets, the M91 bayonet and the actual M91 30 bayonet. And I'll do a video on that, explain that, and we'll look at the stocks and see if there's any variation over time, which this is a good spread of examples to cover a good time period.